Hello everyone and welcome to a very special bonus episode of Pokémon Amber. I'm Gabe and today we're going to be tackling a challenge put out to the YouTube Fakemon creators. This is the Fakemon Ultra Collab 2022. Very long name, I know. Anyway, the prompt for this year is to design a Fakemon based on a cryptid, ideally one that is from your country of origin. Now, I'm going to make this a little bit harder for myself because I want whatever I design to still fit in the prehistoric Palean region. I know what you're thinking, how are you going to do that? Cryptids and extinct animals are different things, you dummy. And I say, whoa, don't call me a dummy. For you see, I have a clever solution that merges some prehistoric animals and cryptid things. Let's jump right on into the base form. It is going to be based on the ancestor of bats, along with the imagery of sugar skulls and Dia de Muertos. The Day of the Dead stuff will come into play a bit more when it evolves, but just know that it'll mainly affect the typing and the color palette. Now, the tricky thing about it being a bat ancestor is that we know pretty much nothing about bat evolution. Bats just kind of showed up in the fossil record as bats. We're currently missing any transitional fossils for their weird teenage years when they're trying to learn how to fly. This isn't super surprising since bats more likely than not evolved gliding about in forests, and a combination of their teeny tiny little bones and forests generally not being great for preserving fossils means that we are left in the dark. So I get to take some liberties with this. Now, it probably wouldn't have that flat, smushy bat nose, but it lets us sneak a heart shape into the design, and the ears also likely wouldn't have been gigantic, since we do know that early bats didn't have echolocation. And then I pulled colors from the sugar skull, and here is Desmort, the proto-bat Pokemon. This ancestor to modern bat Pokemon isn't able to fly yet. Desmort enjoy climbing trees and flap their large hands wildly when they leap from branch to branch. They are very clumsy and often tumble out of the trees. Desmort wish to fly, but often become discouraged, sometimes resigning themselves to staying grounded forever. Its ability is something I'm calling uncertain. That is, when damaged, a random stat will increase by 1 stage. Now, I know this little bat doesn't look like a cryptid, but luckily it will evolve. In fact, it has a split evolution, which is dependent on if it learns to fly or not. We're going to be able to design a more folklore-y Pokemon and also a more monstrous cryptid as well. First up, we have our design that takes to the sky. This one is pretty straightforward. It's based on the truly massive megabats. We're talking about wingspans of nearly 6 feet, so big old bat, we can do that. And what's the second design element? We're going to color it like an Alebrize. These are fantastical designs made by Mexican artists of bizarre, often composite animals. They're basically cute little spirit guides. So we're going to treat our bat as a flying fox, kind of bat-fox combination Alebrize thing. Now you're probably thinking, Gabe, you don't live in Mexico, do you? And no, I do not. I've got some Mexican blood flowing in my veins, but I am all the way up in Minnesota. But the Sugar Skull Proto-Bat and this Alebrize design are tangentially related to the final cryptid design, so we're just going to roll with it for now. Anyway, after getting to play with some more fun colors, here is Alebrize, the guiding Pokemon. Desmort, who were able to successfully learn how to fly, evolve into this massive prehistoric bat. They are gentle and lead lost Pokemon and people back to safety. Alebrize preferred not to interact directly and stay high in the sky. They blow strong gusts to subtly move people back onto their path, but will resort to picking them up and carrying them if needed. Its ability is something I'm calling Guide, and that means that moves used by this Pokemon and its allies cannot miss. That's maybe a little broken, but yeah, I like it. This design definitely skirts the line of complexity. It almost feels legendary, but I think we can justify it by saying that Desmort are extremely rare and hard to obtain. Something like Volcarona, getting a Volcarona. But let's see what happens when our poor Protobat fails to learn to fly. I've never lived in Mexico, but there is a cryptid that originated in Puerto Rico before spreading all over Latin America and eventually up into the southern United States. I have a lot of family in the New Mexico, Texas area, and I remember being young and my abuelita warning us about the Chupacabra. Now, I don't think she actually believes in it. She probably was just using it as a way to scare us kids into not going out at night, but it stuck with me regardless. The Chupacabra is one of those cryptids that varies a good amount from one description to another. Early on, it was more reptilian or demonic in nature, but eventually it morphed into something more canine in appearance. This is likely due to sightings being dogs and raccoons with mange. But the go-to features that we're incorporating are spiky quills, a super elusive nature, and it feeding on the blood of others. In fact, Chupacabra means goat sucker. So, why does our little proto-bat turn into this? Well, there was a recently discovered fossil of a fully terrestrial massive forest bat. I figured that something like that could easily evolve up into what we consider a Chupacabra. So, we're combining this ancient terrestrial bat, Chupacabra, the Dia de Muertos, and the Alebrize aesthetics together to get Chupabrije, the fallen Pokemon. Desmort, who fail to learn to fly, evolve into this embarrassed and shy terrestrial bat. They prefer to drain energy from other Pokemon while remaining unseen. Rumored sightings in the Maza region suggest that this elusive Pokemon may not have gone completely extinct. Its ability is Life Drain, I'm making that up. Moves that drain and recover HP are 150% more effective. So that's kind of playing up the goat sucker draining blood angle. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It was also satisfying to make a Chupacabra-based Pokemon that wasn't a dark type. We'll see what the other Fakemon creators make, but I feel like it will be disproportionately dark type. That being said, Ghost and Fairy are probably the next most common amongst cryptid designs. Anyway, here is our cryptid line. Which of these three is your favorite? Let me know down in the comments below. Oh, and if you want to see some cryptids by other Fakemon creators, you can use the hashtag Fakemon Ultra Collab 2022 to find them. Thank you all so much for watching, and please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts on today's episode down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!